Welcome, friends, to another exciting episode of A VGM Journey. And I'm your host, The Messenger. The track that we're playing into today's show is Stage 1 from the game Sutte Hakkun, and it was composed by Masanori Tanaka and Akito Nakatsuka. It's been a little while since I released an episode, but don't worry, the show is not dead. But like always, we got a real fun selection of tracks. And I say let's kick things off with a track from The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The track is Steel on Steel, and this was composed by Jeremy Soule. That track that you just heard, that was Steel on Steel from the game The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and it was composed by Jeremy Soule. I feel like every gamer can relate to this, where you seem to have a whole library of games, but you have those 4 or 5 games that you keep going back to and you keep replaying it over and over again, and The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is one of those games for me. So I think I'm on my 5th or 6th playthrough of the game, and I really don't get sick of it. And I mean, yeah, I know that the soundtrack for the game gets kind of memed here and there, but I think overall the soundtrack is really good, and tracks like this really gets you engaged, especially with the fact that this is one of the combat music in the game. You will be hearing this quite a bit. We're going to move on to something a whole lot different, and this one is coming from Sonic Frontiers. The track is Flowing, and this was composed by Tomoya Ohtani. That track that you just heard, that was Flowing from the game Sonic Frontiers, and it was composed by Tomoya Ohtani. I finally got around to playing Sonic Frontiers after owning it for a couple years now, and I gotta say, the game is pretty fun, though I'm not super far into it at all. And though the game goes for a mostly open world style, I'm really glad that there are also traditional Sonic levels, and that this track plays on the second level of the game. And I gotta say, it's really catchy. And you definitely feel the speed and energy that really fits with a Sonic game. So that's the kind of vibe I definitely get. And I think it's even more satisfying when you're playing the game too. And it's a game that I really need to get back into. If we're playing some Sonic music in this episode, then we might as well play some Mario music as well. And that with this next track, it's coming from Mario Party 4. The track is Toad's Midway Madness, and this was composed by Ichiro Shimakura. That track that you just heard, that was Toad's Midway Madness from the game Mario Party 4, and it was composed by Ichiro Shimakura. I guess it's never really that surprising that I'm playing Mario Party music again and that I have a lot to say about this Mario Party music, but at least it's somewhat topical right now because recently I was a guest on CRT Sound System and got to talk about the first three Mario Party soundtracks, which was a whole lot of fun. But also, there's a mod that is out for Mario Party 4 called Mario Party 4 Deluxe, which adds a bunch of new items to Mario Party 4, including a lot of classic items like the skeleton key and the reverse mushroom, which changes up the board play quite a bit for Mario Party 4. And I will say that this mod is the definitive way to play Mario Party 4. Though I will say that vanilla Mario Party 4 is still a good game. It's worth checking out, especially if Mario Party 3 is a favorite of yours in the series, because I think to me, Mario Party 4 is kind of like Mario Party 3.5. But then again, I don't know. Any Mario Party, except for 9 and 10, is a good Mario Party. We're going to move on to a classic track from Pebble Beach Golf Links. The track is Hole Overview, and this was composed by Yumi Kinoshita. That track that you guys just heard, that was Whole Overview from the game Pebble Beach Golf Links, and it was composed by Yumi Kinoshita. And that's going to just about do it for the show today. If you guys like what you've been listening to, have your friends check out the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and we're also on TerraPlayer, which is the home for various different video game and video game music podcasts, so that's definitely worth checking out. You can email the show at vgmjourney@yahoo.com, and you could also check us out on both X and Blue Sky at VGMJourney. We also have a Discord server for the show, which I'll provide a link for that in the show notes, where you can hang out with your fellow VGM Journeymen and talk about games, music, and even look at some cool art. We're going to play things out with one more track, and that's going to be the end credits from the game Mighty Flip Champs, and this was composed by Jake Kaufman. Have a good one, everyone.